I don't get Schindler's List. Yeah, that's right, Steven's Best Picture winning Holocaust epic, I don't care for. I'll make myself clear and say I don't care about the political or religious or historical context of the movie. I'm just looking at it as a movie itself. And I think it's pretty overrated. Now don't get me wrong, I really do love Steven Spielberg's movies. I grew up with them. And when I got older, I started to see the recipe of how he got mass audiences to witness his work. And how he became the most successful filmmaker in Hollywood. And how he can make any subject or moment in history passable and entertaining. We are talking about the father of the blockbuster. Jaws, Encounters, and Raiders are a complete testament to that. But when Steven directed Empire of the Sun, he started a whole new era that had him taking more of a serious, dramatic look at history. Eventually he would create his so-called masterpiece, Schindler's List, and first of all I would like to point out the things I do like about the movie. First of all, it was a good idea of filming it in black and whites, giving it a documentary footage look, even creating some gorgeous shots throughout the picture, and they blend well with each other. The acting for the most part is really good. The best example of this is Ralph Fiennes' performance of the Nazi commandant Amon Goth. His devil-may-care behavior is so entertaining to watch. It's so messed up to think this guy really existed, along with the large kill count he racked up. Now the stuff I don't like. For one thing, the savior himself, Schindler, is completely forgettable. Usually Steven's main characters are so likable and relatable, even within the first minutes. But none of that came from Oskar Schindler. I was waiting for that moment when you want to root for the guy, but it never came. All you see is the businessman. When you hear the real stories from survivors about who this man was and his kindness and his way of instilling hope in those during the Holocaust, it seems far greater than what we got with Liam Neeson's performance. In fact, I think the real Schindler could have played himself better, and I do understand the irony of that. His sidekick, Ixtaxten, is also a problem. Steven described him as being Schindler's conscience, guiding him between right and wrong. And if that's so, it really degrades Schindler, as though he's just a tool in order to save people. He's meant to be a good person in a world of evil. Even the people who he ends up saving are dull. They're just there to be saved. They don't really have any personality or unique flaws that separate them from any other Jews. And the first act of the movie is really focused on bureaucracy. That the whole filing and system of it is documenting the people who died, but it's way too cluttered with it. Almost like they're trying to keep the movie in epic length. The scene of the ghetto massacre, even though very well filmed, and reminding us about the difficulties of surviving, comes the most iconic scene from the movie. The girl in the red dress. Steven described this as symbolizing the way the Holocaust was allowed to happen, and that the superpowers did nothing to lift a finger to stop it. Like the way the only person with any color in a black and white movie isn't getting any attention. It feels so forced, like to make an unnecessary point. It doesn't even make sense in the context of the scene. The girl wasn't important to the Nazis because, heck, they had to round up everybody from that ghetto. It's like saying we need a message just to have a message. I know this was a passion project for Spielberg. He grew up fascinated with the 1940s, and for the Holocaust. And the ending of him giving flowers to Oscar's grave is a personal, heartfelt touch that I can really respect. And that's kind of the problem with the movie. It tugs on your heartstrings a lot more than your brain. And the only reason why it's good is it's because it's about the Holocaust. Instead of being about good and evil, it's just about a person who was at the right place at the right time. It amazes me a movie like Saving Private Ryan, which is about saving one life, is far superior to a movie about one man who saves more than 100 people's lives. At the time, I know Steven's filmmaking buddy, Stanley Kubrick, was planning on making a Holocaust movie himself, but eventually he left the project because he felt his movie was too similar to what Schindler's List became. Maybe Stanley's movie would have been a lot better. I would have put my money on it. Kubrick has such a great talent of bringing dark subject matter to the forefront. Imagine what he could have done with the Holocaust. Well, I've come to the end of my video. I don't know if this was a review, rant, or analysis of the movie. I guess I might have problems to understand the movie's genius, or I'm too much of a genius to understand the movie's problems. At the end of the day, I really do love Spielberg's work, and that's why I have such problems in accepting this movie. I've given you my opinions, now you can give me yours. Thank you for watching.